YouTube, what's good with y'all boys, man? Hey, look, bro, it's officially spooky season. It's officially the date of, you know what I'm saying, October 31st. You feel me? Okay, so by the time this gets uploaded, it's probably gonna be on November 1st. So mind that, y'all. Mind that. It's only because like I'm behind schedule right now because I had a lot of things going on, you know, with college and school and everything. So bear with me, bro. But listen, so right now today we are going to be doing the if y'all noticed before on my channel, I did the whole reacting to the worst horror films possible. Today is gonna probably be the same. I found some good ones actually, you know, so they're not all bad, but they're, you know, some of them are good. So you feel me? Today it's just gonna be a whole nother repeat. I'm gonna do this annually, bro. This gotta be an annual thing. But listen, y'all, listen, y'all boys, man. I'm sorry for the hiatus. You know what I'm saying? College is this shit's really eating me alive. But look, I'm trying my best, man. I'm trying my best. But listen, without further ado, we have four films. Four films for us today. So let's go ahead and get to the first one. The first one is called Kissed by Alter. That's the first one. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. So y'all grab your headphones, get your popcorn, scoot up to your desk, pull your covers over. Make sure you got your loved ones, you know what I'm saying, wrapped around you. If you scared like that, if you need to hold on to somebody, you know what I'm saying. And you know what? Let's immerse, man. Come on. Come on, bro. Y'all lock in. Lock in, bro. All right, so this is the first one, and it is called Kissed, and it's by Alter. Let's check it out.
You don't talk very much, do you?
Ew.
That's just fine with me. Guess I'll be the one doing the talking.
I can't be a fucking what's these people called? Coroner?
My.
A coroner?
What big eyes you have, my dear.
This is so creepy.
They told me they found you at the bottom of a lake. You drowned. Your lungs filled with the water and mud. What were you doing down there?
Bro, this man is talking to a dead body. Do coroners really do this? Like they prep them up and everything?
You know,
Well, I guess for like funerals.
you're one of the prettiest girls I've ever worked on.
Wait, do the bodies go to coroners before or after the funeral? Well, before the funeral. Duh, Kanye. They gotta get buried. Jesus.
Young people, kids, even babies. People that are torn in half, all cut up, missing limbs. They took a lot of work. But not you. You're easy. Just a couple touch-ups and voila. You're done. I like you.
What is he doing? Bruh, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Why are you... Bro, do not... Oh, you're disgusting. Oh, you're disgusting. Oh, you're just nasty. You are disgusting. You're nasty.
Let's get you cleaned up.
Are you that lonely? Oh my god. And then you gonna wipe the oh!
Let's seal up those lips so you can't kiss and tell, darling. Sweet dreams, beautiful.
That is so disgusting. And you still have it on your lips, bro. Oh yeah, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. Twin. Bro, she's right there. She's right there. She's right there behind you, my boy. No, bro, that thing. Oh no. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. I spite thee. Bro, get out. Nah, bro. What's up? What's up? What's up? We fighting. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey! Nah, bro. The power of Christ. The power of Christ. Stay away from me!
Are you still sick and beautiful?
The power of Christ. The power of Christ. The power of Christ. The power of Christ. Yeah, this next one is called True Gas Station Horror Story. It's by the boys over there at Llama Arts, man. You know what I'm saying? We can't have a horror story. We can't have a horror story video without Llama Arts, my boy. So this one's called True Gas Station Horror Story. Let's go ahead and check it out.
One night last summer, two of my friends, Sam and Jake, convinced me to sneak out with them and drink. We were all bored, just looking for something to do. We decided to go for a walk to a local gas station that was open 24 hours a day.
Okay.
The walk there was pretty uneventful. We talked about random topics and drank a couple of beers. Once we got to the gas station, Jake had to use the bathroom. When he was in the bathroom, there was a dirty, sketchy guy in there. Jake struck up a conversation with this guy. It was pretty normal, except when the guy asked why he was out so late and if he was by himself. Jake brushed it off as the guy was just trying to tell him to stay safe. We bought some snacks and we noticed the guy following us around while he was talking to someone on his phone. We left soon after, and on the way back, we sat on the side of the road and talked for a while as we drank some more. It was pitch black by now because there are no street lights in the area. We saw a car coming down the road, which was no big deal. We sneak out pretty often, and we've never had any real problems. Cars
God dang, he
usually just
pushing
drive
them
by.
all.
This time was different. The car spun around in the road and pulled up right next to us on the street, and two guys got out. We ditched the beers, got up, and sprinted down the street. Jake and I hid behind an RV, while Sam hopped a fence. The two men looked dirty, like they hadn't showered in days. We watched the two guys for a little while. which is when we noticed that one of them had a gun in his hand. They looked in our direction for a few minutes before they got back into their car and drove off. Jake and I looked for Sam, but we couldn't find him, so we decided to head back home. We thought we had lost
gonna
them,
leave him?
but on
Wow.
the way back we turned a corner, and those same guys were sitting in the car, waiting there. We ran through the alleyways and backyards until we lost them. Every few minutes, we saw the car driving slowly down a street or alleyway in the distance, and we would hide. Eventually, we made it back, and Sam messaged to tell us that he got followed by a different car, but he made it home safe. It's been almost a year since that night. We're always more cautious when we go out, and Sam still has nightmares about being abducted. I don't know for sure if the guy from the bathroom had anything to do with it, but we believe that he's somehow connected to it.
Okay, y'all boys, this next one is called True Pizza Delivery Horror Story. This one is by none other than the boys, you know what I'm saying, Llama Arts. You feel me? So let's go ahead and get started, man.
I was out doing a delivery one late night.
This
It was probably the longest drive I have ever taken for a pizza delivery. From the pizza place I worked at, it was a 20-minute drive, which isn't too crazy out where I live. Plus, they ordered 4 large pies, so I figured it was a party and I would get a much bigger tip. Navigating the dirt roads at night was always annoying, though. I pulled up to the given address. It was some old, sketchy-looking building, literally in the middle of a forest clearing. There were no cars parked anywhere, or any lights on. I put my car in park and called my boss. I asked him to reread the address at least 3 times to make sure I typed it in right, but that checked out. I could tell he was in a really bitchy mood, and he told me to at least knock on the door and check it out.
I'm not knocking on their door, but I'm leaving the pizzas right there.
But I was afraid of what he would do if I brought back 4. I was insanely unnerved, but got out anyway and forced myself to the front door of the building. There was no doorbell.
Bro, you sitting here and doing all of this like for a job that can literally replace you, bro.
I heard nothing
go home.
and didn't
This
really
is not
expect to
safe.
hear anything. I was extremely disappointed, not because nobody answered the door, but because I was realizing that it was all a waste of time and gas. I knocked one more time out of desperation, and then began to hear some kind of rustling noises from inside of the building.
Nah.
I knocked again and yelled that I
Stop
was
knocking
the
at the
pizza guy.
door.
There was silence now. I felt a bit more uncomfortable now than before. But before I could turn around, I noticed something at the window.
In the window, ain't it?
There was someone looking through the window. I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman. All I noticed were their eyes. Their eyes were open wider than I knew possible, staring intently at me. I was disturbed enough by this and dropped the pizzas and ran back to my car.
I would have got
The shitty thing wouldn't start until turning the key for the 3rd time. I drove off the grass and back onto the dirt road, but I felt the car rocking about, shaking and bumping. Something wasn't right. I didn't make it far from the building before I started hearing a sharp scraping sound coming from outside. There was so much resistance that I couldn't even drive. The car came to a stop. I got out of the car to check what the hell was wrong. A chill ran up my spine as I began to feel like my heart was constantly skipping beats. My tires had been slashed and had completely fallen off the rim. Not just the front though. All 4 tires were slashed. I realized somebody did this when I was knocking on the door to that building.
I would have still pushed.
Instead of running, I got back in the car and locked the doors.
I'm finna be on
I was
4
so
rims
close
today.
to that building, I could practically see it from where I was, if it weren't for the trees blocking the view. I dialed 911 and explained everything to the operator. She told me the cops would be over as soon as possible and that I need to stay hidden. I asked her if it was advisable to stay in the car or run, and she told me it would be best to stay in the car with the door locked. She asked me to stay on the line with her until the cops arrived. My whole body was shaking. In all directions, there was nothing but dark, seemingly endless forest. I knew it would take forever for the cops to get there. I was not comfortable with sitting in that car so close to whoever did this. The next part, though, is what utterly destroyed me. It still shakes me to this day, and I hope nobody ever has to experience this kind of fear. As I was scanning all the windows, making sure nobody was outside, I looked in the rearview mirror, and there was the same person. The same person I saw at that window.
Nah, bro.
Eyes open wider than ever. I could see now that it was a woman.
Bro.
And I could ever so slightly see a smile begin to spread across her face. I opened my door and full-on sprinted into the woods, not caring how much noise I made. I ran until I was out of breath, which didn't take long, and I hid behind a giant log on the ground.
Which didn't take long.
I tried to cover my loud breathing with my hands as I waited and waited for what felt like hours, until I finally heard sirens in the distance. I gathered up all the stamina I had left to run all the way back in the direction of the dirt road. Eventually, the glowing red and blue lights came into view, and I had never felt better in my life. They were parked in front of my car, investigating with flashlights. I came out yelling at them like a lunatic to help me. I fell to the floor and started to gag, almost throwing up from running so much. They picked me up and began to question me, to which I explained everything to the best of my ability. One of the two cars drove over to the building, and the two officers began to search the building. They came back with nothing except for a couple of spiky objects. These objects were exactly the same as the ones used to slash my tires. The cops guessed that it was some kind of sick, demented couple, being that I saw the woman, but unfortunately they were never found, and that still kills me to this day. I obviously quit my job right after that and started working at a local grocery store. I know that I'll never forget seeing that woman at the back of my car.
And then she gonna pop up behind him. Okay, you guys, the last horror film, it is called A Bus Stop Horror Story Animated. Now, this is by the fellas over there by, you know what I'm saying, at Llama Arts, you know, the infamous animated horror story veterans. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing this for a long time. So, we got to get them some love, man. We got to show them some love, bro. So, yeah, so it's called A Bus Stop Horror Story Animated. Let's go ahead and get started. At the bus stop.
This happened when I was 17 years old. I would go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week and ride the bus home. It was a Sunday and I had just missed my bus, so I had to wait longer for another one. I would have called my parents, but they were out for the evening, and taxis charged more, so I decided to sit and wait in the bus shelter. It was a cold night and snow had just started peppering the ground. My bus was taking longer than usual, so I got my phone out and listened to some music. Almost an hour had passed. It was freezing and I hadn't seen anyone at all. That was until I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. It was a creepy guy dressed in thick layers of clothing, walking slowly towards me.
I would have got up, immediately went the other way.
More attention, so I just focused on my phone. He sat down at the other end of the shelter and just stared at me. There was something off about him. He seemed like he was either drunk or on drugs. He then asked,
"When is the bus due?"
I took out my earphones and said,
"I think it's delayed because of the snow."
He stared at me for a while, then started mumbling to himself. He was really starting to creep me out, so I pretended to be on my phone. After a couple of minutes, I took another look. He'd moved closer to me. I looked away for a second and heard the sound of him sliding even closer. I turned to him and said,
"You okay there?"
He stared at me with glossy eyes, lifted his
back
arm and
up.
leaned towards me. Immediately, I grabbed my bag and ran as he fell to the ground. I ran down the road, trying my hardest not to look back. I kept going until I got to the next bus stop.
Bro, forget the bus.
I turned around to check to see if he was there. He was gone, so I went to sit down. Feeling relieved, I rested my head on the back of the glass and waited for the bus. I jolted and turned around to see the same guy staring at me through the glass.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Then he started walking around the shelter towards me.
I'm warning you, stay back.
This is why you
I
keep
yelled
a
in
stick.
panic as I was backing up. I wanted to run, but I left my bag in the shelter and I couldn't leave without it. Suddenly, the man leaped at me and I quickly moved out of the way.
Nope.
He fell to the ground face first. I froze in shock, then noticed the blood coming from his face. I tried to get a response out of him, but nothing worked. I called the police and paramedics and they arrived shortly after. I told them what had happened and they told me that the guy was on prescription drugs. They found a photo in his wallet of him and his son. The boy looked just like me, so we assumed he thought I was him.
Whoa.
I later learned that he had lost his son in a custody battle and went off the rails. He was taken away for treatment, and that was the last I saw of him. I got my driver's license shortly after,
Good.
and have never been on a bus since.
Y'all just saw that? Nah, no, y'all just saw Buddy in the back. Well, y'all boys, that is it for me. You know what I'm saying? That was all of the horror stories that we have today. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Llama Arts, everybody's channel who we just viewed today. I want to keep this like a little annual thing for like Halloween and stuff like that. I want to do something big for like, you know what I'm saying, for holidays and everything like that. But this is definitely going to be one of them. I hope y'all guys liked it. I hope y'all guys, you know what I'm saying, like really tuned into the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it. Like, it was something out of my comfort zone that I never really did. You know, I'm never really too much of a reactor, you know. I just stick to games, but you know, something told me, hey, just try something new today. But yeah, hope y'all guys enjoyed this. I hope y'all guys really did enjoy this. And if you did, hit that follow button. Well, not follow. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button, man. Comment what was y'all favorite part, and comment some more video ideas y'all have for me and for me y'all want to do up and coming. You know what I'm saying? Christmas time, Thanksgiving time, New Year's. Hey, bro. Y'all keep it locked in, bro. Y'all keep it locked in, and I'll see y'all boys later, man. Peace.
It's spooky season, 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 it's spooky season, it's spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, it's spooky season, 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 spooky season. It's spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, it's spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, it's spooky season, it's spooky season, spooky season.